Hi, girl. Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Unleashed Unapologetically with your girl, Nadej. I know it's been a long time. I myself, I feel like I am unsubscribed, subscribed, and resubscribed to this channel. But here we are. I been waiting way too long to show up. It has been what, 2 months? Oh my gosh, I apologize if I took so long to come back, but here we are. This is a destination. We are here to stay. We are not here to come and go as we please. This is I feel like it's been way too much. So again, I apologize for that. The wait was from what used to be the podcast audio to now doing the podcast video. But once for sure, I decided this year I will not do the podcast for guest only. This is completely solo. Maybe here and there I'll have someone come in to talk about their testimony, what they have learned from me, what they were able to implement in their lives through my coaching. But as for bringing guests over the way I used to do when I was recording audio, I made the switch and pivoted to going back to solo just the way I first started the podcast. Reasons. There are many reasons to that. I remember when I started the podcast, it was around during COVID, and it was around the same times that Clubhouse had just, I think, started. And I already had a group of 200 women, if not more, on my Facebook. And through those years, 2018, 2019, I was just starting with my coaching. I was just trying to develop my coaching. And I had all these people in my community. But what if I knew what I know now? I probably would have not done it the way I did, because I felt like all the years that I've started with coaching, I was running and running and not really taking time to walk through the process. So I could say it's been about 2.5 years since I have really set feet on, like, foundation on the ground, and said to myself that I'm going to take my time to walk and not run. I'm going to take my time to enjoy the process. I'm going to take my time to relearn and unlearn and learn the things that I thought I missed, the things that I did, and that did not work for me. And through the process, I have realized that how much I have grown, how mature I became, and along the way there were so many things that I have learned. And I could say, thank you to those who have taught me, thank you to the mentors that I have had throughout the process of what I call the process of transformation for me. And this is what I want to bring to this platform. This is the process of transformation that I want to bring to many women, that are going through a challenge, a set block, like setbacks or roadblocks, and they feel like, everything that they do, they kept going backward. Every time they take one step forward, there's 10 back, and it really damaged their self-esteem. It damages their well-being and their mindset. And I know for myself, this is where I have, if you do remember, at the very beginning of this video, at the beginning of me posting on this channel, I started with overcoming, social anxiety. It's because for at some point I was trapped. I was trapped, where I did not want to show up anymore. I was showing up, but mentally, emotionally, physically, I was not present because I felt like not only I was doing the same thing, going backward, I was doing the same thing and not making any results. I was helping people grow, but yet I was not growing. I was seeking validations from many people. I was people pleasing, even in my own, with my own self. I was not really there for myself. I was just not there even in my relationship, causing, a lot of things to not happen the right way when I thought things were okay. There were many things, and you're gonna be hearing me doing the and all and ah. Look, I'm being honest and I'm having conversations. So for now, let's just be real. And I'm not gonna use any filter for this video because I really wanted to show up as myself, as authentic as can be. The past months I have been talking about limiting beliefs in those platforms that I really show up strong, such as my LinkedIn. If any of you are on LinkedIn, please follow me there. I do talk a lot about confidence. I do talk a lot about limiting beliefs. I do talk a lot about self sabotaging. I do talk a lot about, trusting our instinct and intuition. The reason why is because this is where I was. This is where I have been. This is the routes that I've taken many times. And at some point, I was stuck. And we don't grow if we are stuck. We don't grow and we don't go forward if we are stuck doing the same thing over that are not really giving us any good results. And I had to learn that. I felt like by learning these things through the process of transformation, I was able to see a better version of me. And I do believe that in order for us to grow and level to the place that we want to be, at the level that we want to be, we really have to admit it to ourselves. And I remember once I was told that I lack compassion and I was just taking people for granted, it just destroyed my mental, it destroyed my entire being. And I realized how much I needed to just take a focus on me to realize what I really needed to work on, what I needed to eliminate around me in my realm, in my environment, and the evil spirits that I needed to let go of. And once I started doing that, I started to see the connection that God and I were having and building, because what was happening, I was praying more because I felt like at some times I kind of was not doing that anymore. Sorry, my water cup. I was not doing that anymore. I was not being present. I was not praying at night. I was not praying in the morning. I was not reading Bibles. There's a lot of things that I was not doing, and because I just wanted to do things on my own. I just wanted to do things myself, my way, and through that, I lost my entire being, myself. I was just not a a good person, and I felt like, if we are trying to grow, not in a business way, but if we are trying to grow overall, in general, we have to find discernment. We have to come to a place where we ask God, to lead the way and surrender ourselves. And I could say that the whole year started for me with a state of surrendering. I've been surrendering myself, my thoughts, my ideas, my everything, because I decided that, I don't want to do and repeat the same things that I have repeated so many times. And once I said that to myself, it really, there's that clarity there was that sense of peace that came in. And more, the more I was saying it, the more I was being told that, okay, now this is the people I need you to serve. This is the people you are there to serve. This is the people you are there to empower and bring enlightenment to, and share your light and shine your light onto. And I truly, truly, I felt like, for someone who've been in education for many years, this is first of all, a field I did not want to go into and then find myself into it and then spent so many years, up to 23 years in it. I truly don't want it. First of all, it doesn't pay. And I found teachers to be rude. They think they know it all. They don't know, but then again, you cannot tell a teacher otherwise. And I felt like I did not want to be a teacher for the rest of my life. I did not want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I really needed to exit from that. And the more I was saying it to myself, I felt like the more I was getting stuck in it. And truly, I hate this being a teacher. I don't say I hate teaching. I hated being a teacher because I felt like we teachers, they do the same thing. They're rude, arrogant. They do the same thing. They know nothing. You tell them something and they tell you they know it already. And I felt like I got tired of being that person. I got tired of being the know it all. I got tired of teaching in a classroom and being around other colleagues who are doing the same exact thing. I felt bored. And I know for myself, my place was to be where I facilitate, I train, where I provide trainings, where I help somebody move the ladder up and not doing the same rote things. I saw myself disconnected from being in the classroom. And when it happened, it was like, an instant, my best version came out because I was really the person that was leading and I saw myself as a leader. That's why I'm so inspired by leadership. I'm a woman of leadership. I show up to show leadership. I show up to show others how to lead and not having to be led all the time, because once we become a leader, we can help others develop that leadership as well. So for me, the minute it starts showing up, I knew that that's the person I had to be, the leader, not the follower. And through that, I also started building a better rapport with the ones that I have helped. Over 20, over 200 people, if not more, from women in my community used to being in person, teaching and facilitating to group, to um, other teachers, other administrators, and it made me feel at a good place where I am serving my purpose. But with all that said, if you cannot move the needle where people were actually flowing money on you, then you have to go back and ask yourself, what the heck are you doing? Are you working for free? And this is where I felt like I had been stuck in the place where all these times my brain was just that computer people can just come in and tap on, because all these tabs are open. I'm trying to feed into, I'm trying to educate myself, I'm trying to learn new skills. I'm giving here, I'm giving there, and then to all that I'm giving, nothing is coming back. And I became very frustrated. It wasn't until this year that I really understood my assignment, all these years. And I finally understood my assignment. My assignment is not to come in and talk about, the degrees that I have. My assignment is not to come in and talk about, what I used to do. No, my assignment is to come in and talk about what I have experienced, because someone probably is experiencing the same thing. My assignment is to come in and tell you, that parent who is probably leading a company, who have your own business, who's trying to establish your own business, but you're feeling so frustrated because you have so many tabs that are open. You're feeling so anxious, you're losing yourself, and yet you still have to show up for those who are expecting from you and of you. My assignment recently, that's the biggest aha for me. It was recently. It clicked. That all these years that I have worked with parents of children with autism, supporting them, giving them ideas, giving them hugs, helping them understand the strategy of how to work with their kids and all that. And it clicked that these parents, they are the ones who are seeking communities because here they are and they don't know who they are. Here they are going to work, coming in from work, and yet they feel like all they have is chaos. And sometimes they feel like they're just going to explode because they don't know how to express their feelings. Most of them have been feeling stuck, they've been feeling guilty because to them it's their fault that they have this child, they have this situation, and they're holding back. It wasn't too long ago that it clicked that a lot of these parents, because I'm not a parent, honest. And if you want to know how old I am, I just turned 49 this year. So, yes, I don't know what a parents go through. But for someone who have helped families, and when I say families, over 600 families. Okay? If I'm counting 200 families per year in a school setting, yeah. And if I'm counting the amount of years that I have worked in the field, oh, that's more than that. So if I go through the experiences of what I have heard from family members, from parents, mom and dad coming in, but mostly the women, the mothers who are coming in and saying, you know what, I'm seeking a community of people, of other women who actually understand me, who can feel what I'm going through. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm not a mother. How am I going to help? And I had to ask God, I'm like, okay, I'm not a mother. I've only helped through teaching. I've only helped through supporting. I only helped through coaching. How the heck am I going to help this community? But of course, I could because I have been in this environment for many years. I've worked with young children, with young adolescent, with young adult with autism, and I have heard how these families, these parents, how much they hold within, they hold back, they lose their confidence, they lose their self-esteem, they feel broken because they don't know how to communicate their feelings with others. They feel like they are the only one on that island. But today, I cannot really say from the perspective of a mother because I'm not. But I could say from hearing all other family members that I have worked with, you are not alone. And if you are a young woman who is going through that moment, that challenge, the setback, the roadblocks, and you feel like at this age you still not married, you don't have children, you people are looking at you like you are just a lost cause. You are not. Allow yourself to say it to yourself. You are not. The things you have achieved in life, the things that you have done, you are more than you think you are. So trust your instinct. Today I'm coming in to tell you simply trust your instincts. We're going to be in this journey for some times. And as we learn from one another, I want you to tell yourself, I am trusting my instinct starting today. Because there's a lot that you'll start seeing happening. You start seeing the growth within once you tell yourself that you are willing and you are ready to trust who you are, your own instinct. Don't wait for someone to validate you. Don't wait for someone to tell you whether you are good or not, because you are good. You have that quality in you. You have it in you. Now time. It's that time. It's that time to shine out. It's that time to let the light shine bright on you. Don't hold back. Don't feel like you have to give an explanation to the world, to the people around you. Even if they criticize, let them be your own brother, your own sister, who the heck they are in your life, your past friends, your past ex, whoever came or gone. Just trust your instinct that what you have in you is big enough to inspire a world. So, as I'm showing in today to unleash with you, I want you to tell yourself that you have everything in you to help you be that version of you that you've always dreamt of. Look, it's going to take some times. It's going to take some times. But what I want you to believe in is you. Believe in yourself, accepting yourself, embracing who you are, embracing whatever comes out of you. But first, trust your instinct. And once you start trusting your instinct, I guarantee you, your confidence will start coming in and flourishing and expanding on you. It will let your confidence guide you when you trust your instinct. So just to believe and to know, first of all, my confidence is not just coming from me, it's coming from God. And when I had to say that out loud and hear it to myself, I knew then that whatever I set myself to achieve in this world will be achieved. We are on a journey to discover ourselves. And as we are discovering ourselves, let us not fear anything, because we know when we have the Lord, when we have God, when we have God on our side, all things are possible. So I'm telling you, when you trust your instincts and you tap into your inner wisdom and intuition, everything else will fall into place. Everything. Okay. So, what I had to say to myself were exactly those words. It was like, Nadesh, when you trust your instincts and you tap into your inner wisdom and intuition, trust and believe that everything will fall into place. Everything. Everything. Because what will happen is that the steps you take, those you'll take, the decisions you'll make, they will not just come in from you, they'll come from the higher above. And once you have that guidance and you have that direction, things will fall into place. So I had to remember to say to myself, you got this. Trust your instinct. It's going to be shaky, it's going to make you feel like you're going all over. And I'm telling you, for many years, I have been all over. I have been all over. It's not because I was not consistent with what I was doing, but what I thought was consistency was actually folly. I was like a chicken with no head. I was just going through the motion. I was just here and there, but I was not here and now. I was not in the present. I was not here in the present. I was there. So, what I had to say to myself is learn to honor you, learn to honor the vision that God has given you, learn to honor that. and trust that whatever God is giving you, because if I have been holding on this for so long and finally here we are, it needs to happen. So I don't know how I got there, but I I thought when we started talking about, how the podcast started. But hey, here we are. From when the podcast started to where we are now, it's a whole different pivot. And there's no way I'm going to back up from it. So let your confidence lead the way. Let God lead the way. Let God lead the way. Let your confidence lead the way. And let it exude the energy and determination that you need, that will help you overcome all obstacles, that will help you pursue your dream relentlessly, that will help you stand on your ground, that will help you show up as your best version. I think that's all I can give you for now, because before I could share tips, the best tip for here, the best tip for now, we need to first know where we stand and how we are going to achieve success. And to achieve success, we need to embrace who we are, and we need to actually trust our instinct. And today, that's how I'm starting. I'm starting with reminding you that you need to trust your instincts. And once you do that, girl or girlfriend, you'll be okay. So, we are here to show up every Friday and Sunday. So, let's get on this journey. If it is a journey where you want me to show up live and talk live, well, we can do it. On Sundays, I can show up live, but on Fridays, definitely I will have to post. And on Mondays, I would be posting shorts. That's the way I had scheduled myself, because did not want to show up and do things and then be overwhelmed and then feel like, I'm not consistent. So I had to go back and write it for myself. When do you want to post shorts? I was going to say shorts, to post shorts videos, short videos. And when do you want to come in and sit down and have a long conversation, as well as a time to educate? The education will really come in to support women, because I'm about women empowerment. The education will always come in to support women who are entrepreneurs, women who are already in a position of leadership, women who are struggling as a parent. These are the women I will come in to support. And the support will come through my own experiences. I'm not a mother, and I said that already, but I've been in the field. I have juggled many ways to build my business, to expose myself by teaching and facilitating, to teach um, young children, young adults, to adults, right? And to me, I feel like all that have really helped me brace myself, and then hone my confidence, hone who I am as a person, just so I can come in and bring my best version to help you. So, with that said, I'm not gonna stay too long. I don't want to even take a little bit of your time. I simply wanted to show up and say, okay, this is the schedule. This is how we're gonna start showing up until we start seeing each other today. I thank you. I thank you if you have subscribed. If you have not yet, don't forget to give me a click. And if you are following me on Instagram, let's check there. If you are on LinkedIn, this is the platform where I spend most of my time. And now I'm bringing myself here on YouTube, where I want to spend most of my time as well. This is, again, I'm asking you to follow me, to support, to share your ideas. And if you see there's anything specific you want me to talk about in personal development or your leadership or confidence development, let your girl know. I'll be more than happy to talk about it. So until then, thank you. Bye, y'all.